Hey, we should do our picks, though, because I'm probably going to lose power. I
Pop
think.
this up, guys. Let's pop them up. Pick. I can run through it. So we both lost last night, obviously. I mean, come on now. These games are impossible.
We'll just count it. It doesn't count as a game. Doesn't count as a game this week. We're 0-0 going into
you're right.
the
We're all wrong. We're all right. Okay,
That's
good. 0-0. All right. Seahawks are traveling.
1-0. We're both 1-0 going into the weekend.
You're right. Yeah, my bad. We're both 1-0. Seahawks going to Germany to take on Tom Brady and the Bucks. Tampa Bay is 2.5-point favorites. Okay, who you got here, Pat?
I think it's like so simple to pick the Seahawks here because of how they've been playing, with how good they've been playing, and how the Buccaneers have looked. But you go back a couple weeks, Devin White said that he was reminded that not everybody makes the NFL. So I should try. I think that's a big piece. I think what Warren Sapp said about him made him wake up a little bit. Tom gets that big time win. He said that was awesome. That was fucking awesome. Tom's first time in Germany. And we said this a little bit about Aaron going to England. Like, hey, once a GOAT heads overseas, it's going to be like their performance. That did not happen for the Packers. I think it happens for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like the Bucks -2.5. Still like the Seahawks going forward, though, as a team, as a squad. And I love watching them dance on the field yesterday.
Luke Gerticke, their starting guard, and Russell Gage are both not playing. They did not make the trip to Germany. For Tampa, yep.
See, I was originally leaning Tampa on this because I'm like everybody. I'm like every other Mark. I just assume Tom Brady's going to figure it out, right? But I'm going to have to go Seahawks.
Give me the Seahawks.
Oh.
I did not know these two dudes were hurt. Give me the Seahawks. We'll be 2-0. Both of us will be 2-0 by noon on Sunday.
Yeah, we got to trust in Geno. What he's been doing is no fluke so far.
They were dancing at practice.
Jacksonville, and Bruce Irvin was not dancing, and I thought it was awesome when he was standing 20 yards away from the crew just watching him.
Staring at
All right, let me know when walkthrough starts, guys. Jacksonville heads to Kansas City. Jacksonville's 9.5-point dogs against Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. What do you think?
Yeah.
This line feels like it's so high you're supposed to pick the Jags. Right?
Worse.
Tone, is that right? Is that like I'm supposed to pick the Jags, you think here?
Yeah, I would lean that way, but most of the money and bets are 70% on KC, so no one's doing it. It's not high enough.
So no matter what the line was,
to win by 10 is not that much. If you win by 10, all right, it's okay. It's not we didn't blow them out.
It's the Chiefs.
Pick 6 at the end, too. A turnover at the end. A field goal can kind of lock it up. Give me the Chiefs -9.5 at home, 1 o'clock at the Kingdom. At the home of the
Chiefs have not covered at home all year, so they're due for one at Arrowhead.
Oh,
well, man. Or that's just all right. Thank you. We
all
don't need more of those.
Give me the Chiefs too. I got to take the Chiefs. I mean, I don't like hearing that, but I'll take the Chiefs. And moving on, the Jack Easterby-less Texans travel to New York to take on Brian Daboll and the New York Giants. What do you think? Saquon obviously having a heck of a year. Danny Jones, who you like here?
So I took the slate to Chris Felica this morning because of how bad the slate looks and a lot of fishy lines this weekend in the NFL. And as soon as we got to this game, I said, Texans +5.5 on the road at the Giants is like a Chris Felica Bear special. Like that is Bear loves the Texans. I was right on that. He absolutely loves them. So it's hard for me to ever bet on the Texans. I love Bear. I trust Bear. I just saw Daboll do the wipe me down at practice today. Yeah. So let me be a mark and just continue to ride with Saquon Barkley, who Mike Greenberg says is the only non-quarterback that should win the MVP of the NFL this year.
Man, see, all right, I'm going to take Texans here. I need to. I don't know.
That's a Bear. That has Bear written all it. Tone, isn't that like a Bear pick through and through right there?
1,000%, because people see the record of the Giants and they're like, holy shit, they're only 5.5-point favorites against this team that's 1-7 or 1-8, whatever the fucking Texans are. So yeah, that is an absolute special.
Okay. All right. I'll take the Texans there at +5.5.
That's a good gambler, AJ. That's a good gambler move, AJ.
Yeah, if it wins, it's a good gambling move, but we'll see. Detroit travels to Chicago to take on Zeet's squad over there. What do we think here? Detroit's 3-point dogs?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ooh, okay. What do you think, Evie? You offended that you're an underdog here?
No, I think Justin Fields will run for 200 yards. I think that Amon-Ra St. Brown will have a good game because he's playing against his brother who's on the Chicago
$1,000
Bears.
bet between them.
Yes.
On who wins?
How about between you two? Is there a $1,000 bet?
Here we go.
Hell
yeah. Steak dinner bet?
Let's go.
Do it.
$1,000.
Victory steak bet?
Gout special? What do we
Gout
got?
special.
Victory steak bet. I like that.
But you have to cook. The loser cooks the other person's steak.
Hell yeah.
What do you think?
Is that happening in the office? Does that happen in the office? We'll bring like a Foreman grill in or whatever?
Yep. Do it.
Okay,
Deal?
sweet.
Shake on it back there,
I'm happy
boys.
we did that.
Deal.
Shake.
Boom, they shook.
Boom.
Oh, good.
Bear done.
Bear done.
Wait.
What?
Lions, Bears. Lions 3-point dogs.
Oh, the weather's kind of cleaned up.
Nice.
It's clear.
Also, I love this
Win.
line because this game will come down to a field goal. I guarantee
You know
it.
what they say about Texas weather, Pat?
What?
If you don't like it, just wait 15 minutes. That's what they say. Every single state. I
Every
think
state.
Indiana's the most true, and probably Ohio too, for how flat and boring that state is when you're driving across it. Indiana, same damn thing. Same with Iowa. So the weather, easy come, easy go. Just like money on the craps table. You know what I'm saying? Give me the Bears, just because MCDC said we need this one, man. I'm exhausted. I want to have a beer. What? He's not the only one that's thinking that. Super Bowl victory last week for the Lions. I think Bears are building something special. Give me the Bears -3.
Oh yeah, bear down.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bears -3 right now. A lot of positive energy, positive things going on in Chicago, it seems like, behind Justin Fields. So I'll take the Bears -3, and then we move on to Saints Steelers. Uh-oh. Diggs, you're off the wagon. You don't even care about the Steelers.
That's
do
not
you?
true. I said they'd be 7-2 after the bye week. TJ Watt's back is a completely different team. Fucking Saints stink.
Oh, we're back. Okay. All right. So Saints are what, 1.5 point favorites here against the Pittsburgh Steelers?
That's in Acrisure.
Yeah.
Is that in Acrisure?
Yeah, it's at the shore.
Hey, who's getting introduced? Defense?
Yeah, TJ's coming out last. Defense getting introduced. Boz is on.
TJ.
Wide.
What were you going to say? Diggs,
Boz
go ahead,
is,
more
Boz
stats.
is on the IR, which worries me a little bit about a close game, but
Chris Boswell?
yeah.
Who's kicking?
Matthew
What
Wright.
the fuck?
Matthew Wright, who was
He's
on
got a baby leg, but he's not bad. He hit from like 50-something a couple weeks ago for
With the
another
Chiefs.
team.
With the
He's
Chiefs,
a,
yeah.
He's a good kicker. Yeah, Matthew
yeah.
Wright's a good kicker. Give me TJ Watt being
Right.
back and changing the entire defense.
Thank you.
Changing the entire defense whenever you got the defensive MVP getting home every single play. Last year, I think Diggs said the stats were they were the +1 sacking team in football. This year, they're the number 32 team in football. That's TJ Watt,
Right.
the difference maker. Give me the Steelers +1.5 in Acrisure at 1 o'clock. The Yinzers are going to be boozing. They're going to be trying to speak French to the Saints fans that come in there. It's going to sound a lot like "Wah you pal." Give me the Steelers +1.5.
With that being said, I'll take the Steelers as well, -1.5. I don't know all the activities going on inside Acrisure, but that sounds like it's probably going to be
You're
going
an
on.
Ohio fuck. You get
Probably
it.
going to happen. Hopefully, they still got the troughs in the bathrooms, and guys are going to be jumping, doing swan dives through the troughs when they win that game. That's always a great celebration, I know, for people. What is this? The Browns taking on the Dolphins. Browns are 3.5-point dogs down in Miami. What do you think? That seems like it should be more to me.
AJ, I'm going to take the Dolphins. Miami, thick weather, especially with that storm coming through. Humidity's probably going to be high. Their high-powered offense, I think, is going to be too much for the Browns to stop. Give me the Dolphins at home, -3.5.
Yeah, I like the Dolphins -3.5 at home as well. And then we come to Minnesota Vikings against the Buffalo Bills. No word hour to hour on Josh Allen. I don't see any way that he plays. He hasn't practiced yet unless he throws a bunch of balls today. I don't know. It seems like it would be dumb to put him in, but what do I know? Bills are 3.5-point favorites at home against the Vikings.
Boyer's out as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vaughn Miller's still playing. I love Vaughn. We love Vaughn. Vaughn said he might play quarterback. Shit. Fuck. Put me in there.
High school. Did it in high
in
school,
the day.
yeah.
Huge.
Milano's playing, right?
I think so.
23 of 25 touchdowns not playing for the Buffalo Bills.
That's a lot.
Give me the Vikings, who have played very well, even though people say they've squeaked by teams. They've hung like 300 yards in the first half on multiple teams and maybe not been able to put it away for whatever reason. +3.5 is good. This will be a close game. If the Bills win, I love it because I love the Bills. If the Vikings cover, that's great news for this pick. 3.5 feels like a good number for the Vikings to cover, though.
Yeah, I got to go Vikings 3.5. Obviously, Josh Allen not there. He accounts for so much in the running game too. So I like the Vikings there to cover that one. Jeez, I don't. Some of these games.
Well, you're
I
just
don't
gonna
know.
pick everything I pick.
I don't.
AJ?
That's why I was like.
What is the deal?
That's why I was fumbling
Connor,
through
Ty?
it. I'm fumbling
Probably
through it.
right.
I don't want to. I don't like to. I like to pick separate from you, but it's just hard in certain games. This week, I feel like we agree on too many.
deal?
If it means anything, media was just allowed in the field house after practice. Josh Allen ran off the field in his practice jersey. First time this week we've seen him wearing it.
Whoa.
Okay.
If that changes anything.
They might have been doing it as gamesmanship.
Obviously.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
the Vikings on their toes.
This is a big game, though.
Hey,
Vikings
Case Keenum is a
Bills,
good
massive
player,
game.
though. Case Keenum is a good player, but he doesn't have the run. He can't run like Josh Allen runs, but Case Keenum can throw it.
How many times have you guys are like, do they say a player's hurt like this or whatever, not hurt? Will they keep them off during the media portion of the practice, and then as soon as the media leaves, bring
It
them on?
depends. It depends what game they want to play. Like when Luck was going through that whole shoulder thing, they were hiding him from the media, but then he was playing because they didn't want to get any video of him throwing or doing anything. But then whenever there's been times where a guy's going to play, but he's questionable, so they keep him away from the media. It's both ways there.
Yep.
Both ways there, Diggs.
Yeah, because the media is only there usually for like the first 15, 20 minutes of practice during like walkthrough and a little bit of individual period maybe. I don't know. Every team's different.
Yeah, we mentioned Case Keenum too because Minneapolis Miracle revenge game. If Case Keenum does play for Buffalo, so there is kind of that two sides to that.
He's got look at the agility from Case Keenum.
Whoa.
Who said that? Oh,
Wow.
He's hopping nobodies. He's doing his Josh Allen impersonation.
Okay.
He's going to have to. 23 or 25 touchdowns. I still think it's very possible for the Bills to win, no matter what's going on, because I think the Bills are a good culture, a good team, and everything like that. So are the Vikings, though. And I think that is one of the things that, has kind of alarmed people this season. And, it's almost like the Seahawks combo. Like, Seahawks are a good team. Coming into the season, everybody thought they were going to stink. Like, right now, Week 10, Vikings, very good team. They're dominated the NFC North right now.
Yeah.
Nobody expected that coming in. New coach, new GM. So I think maybe the narrative about them is just a little bit different. So I like the Vikings to, I don't know if I like them to win. Plus 3.5 is a good number as well.
Yeah, I think so too. And then, you look at the Buffalo, at least the last few weeks, like Dalvin Cook could have a massive game. So I think the Vikings, they're just hard to pick against right now.
Yeah, no Poyer for offense with Justin Jefferson and now T.J. Hawkinson and Thielen, who was...
Tre'Davious White back?
They activate him off the pup, but I don't know if they said that he's actually playing yet or not.
They didn't say it was a guarantee, though, right? They
No.
said this doesn't mean that he's playing. I don't know if there had been an update since then. I don't know. Nonetheless, I like the Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah, nonetheless, I have the Vikings here as well. And now we have Russell Wilson, the squad. Team 3 travels to Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Titans, Braves, that whole crew. Do we know Tannehill's situation? What's going on?
I believe he was practicing.
He's good to go. He should be starting.
Yep.
Okay. What do you got here, Pat?
Well, I think they should. If Tannehill is going to play, they should continue to utilize what everybody was scared to death of when Malik came in, which is the little option. We've seen it with Jalen Hurts. We saw it with Malik that was able to open things up for Derrick Henry even more. The question on this one is Denver's defense is really fucking good. How do the Titans move? Now, none of us have any faith in the Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson era, and they've been very boring. But how do the Tennessee Titans move in this, you think? How do they – because the Broncos defense is legit, right, AJ? I mean, they're fucking legit
It's
squad.
probably a Tennessee Titans game where they're going to try to wear them down. And hopefully, towards the end of the third quarter, Derrick Henry starts breaking those 4-yard runs into makes them 12. And then he breaks one big one, and they find a way to win by like 6 points.
So to your point,
Who do
Pat,
you got-
I remember thinking that this week, and then when I looked up the matchup stats or whatever, Denver actually has the 27th ranked in yards per rush defense and 21st.
Oh, give me the Titans.
21st in yards per game rushing defense. So they have a really good defense. Their pass defense is number 1. But if they are susceptible to anything, it's the running game.
Yep. And then the play action game
Titans.
off of that with the Titans love. So,
Also, the Titans' defense over the last several weeks have been forcing a lot of turnovers and getting a lot of pressure.
Hell, Mahomes.
They got Braves, dude.
I
They
know,
got
I like that
Braves.
D line. I think they're gonna do whatever they can to make Russ have a long day. Their D line is powerful, strong. They're mean. They're fun to watch. They really are. I got the Tennessee here, 3.5. It's 3.5.
They're really taking the identity of their coach.
Yes. Oh yeah. More than any more than any team we've ever seen before, right?
Yeah, and I think that's what you're trying to do when you become a head coach. You're trying to set your culture, and then you hope that your team takes on your identity. Somehow, in Nashville, Tennessee, a team is taking on the identity of an Ohio fuck. So we will take the Titans minus 2.5.
Hell yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is a game of the week right here. I don't know who's going to be broadcasting this one, but Colts Raiders. Do we know who's on? Who has Jeff Saturday's first game as head coach?
I think it's Joe Thomas. I think Joe Thomas is calling it.
Yep.
Yep.
NFL Network.
Joe Thomas and Kevin Kugler. I think you're right.
Joe, relax, bro. Okay? Jesus
Did
Christ.
you know? I didn't know everyone was going to have such strong takes, I guess.
I think I did, yeah. Because remember, I think it was just a couple of days ago where I was like, it's only a matter of time before people start blaming Jeff for even accepting the job. Remember I said that?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then lo and behold, the biscuits and gravy train with things gets on Good Morning Football and does a 4-minute monologue about how Jeff Saturday shouldn't have even accepted the job. Yeah. Jeff wants to be a coach, has probably reiterated the fact that he wants to be a coach. Gets hired, gets asked if he wants to coach the team in which he's a Ring of Honor and a consultant on. And he's wrong for saying, yeah, hey, Jeff, why don't you think about the bigger picture, Jeff? All right, Joe Thomas, shut the fuck up.
What I'm about
that being said,
what I'm about to say, I don't know, this doesn't reflect anybody else, but if we're being honest, like, same could be said about the job that Joe Thomas has right now and him accepting that job.
Where's that?
okay.
With NFL Network?
on TV
Is that right?
anywhere?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
talking.
that's the other thing. I really wonder what song Joe Thomas would be singing if Jeff Saturday maybe went from NFL Network to head coach of the Colts instead of ESPN
You're
to
right.
head coach of the Colts.
What would you say?
He'd probably be all
I don't
for
know.
it.
I will say, I respect Joe Thomas's resume and his career and what everybody has said about him as a football player and as a teammate. He had some hard times in Cleveland, okay? Hard times, and was an absolute dog and a stud. That soapbox he got on this morning was one of the biggest I've ever seen in my life. I appreciate it. I respect it. I'm sure there's a lot of people hyping him up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Fucking give me the Colts this weekend. And this seems to be a one-way street for everybody's money to be on the Raiders, which would make sense. Brand new head coach who has really, earned his stripes in the coaching ranks, hasn't he, to become a head coach. Now, they've blown 17-point leads numerous times this season. Who knows what the culture is that he's been able to set in there, but he has earned his stripes as a coach to become a head coach in the NFL. So him accepting that job is okay. McDaniel's accepting that job. Accepting a head coaching job in the NFL where there's only 32 of them, the pay is very good, and you have actual say in how a team's outcome in, especially if you happen to really love that potential program and appreciate everything about it. But, I appreciate that of Josh McDaniels. I appreciate that for the Raiders. But I'm going to bet the Colts just strictly because it's 2022 NFL season. If you've heard, all signs out of the Colts building have been like new energy, fresh energy, feels like there's accountability. Jeff Saturday in the first practice made him repeat something. And he said, yeah, let's do that shit the first time now. Like, I think Jeff has all the traits to be a good head coach. They have no play caller. Jeff acknowledged that. He said, we're really up against it. We have less people, more work. Nobody really knows the offense. He's kind of laying out all of the things and being very authentic and transparent, which I appreciate. And Jeff is a friend of mine. So whenever people that don't know him get on their fucking grandstand box and bury him about it all. Okay, if you want to bury Jim, understandable, because this is out of left field. But to take a shot at Jeff, I think that was out of line, out of pocket. Now, follow up. Jeff's going to have those boys ready to fly around on Saturday, on Sunday. In Sin City, a sinful decision by Jim Irsay is going to pay off. I think they cover 4.5. I hope to God. It might be a boat race, though. Raiders might win by 50. Parks Frazier might be the worst play caller in history. There's a chance he's the best, though. Give me the Colts.
Also, no Waller or Hunter Renfrow. So we'll see. If they can protect, though, you got the Condor and Chandler Jones coming off the edge. So if Jeff has shored up the offensive line, I think there's a very good chance the Colts win.
No
Blake Martinez retired, too.
That's
no Shaq Leonard, Deion Jackson, or Jelani Woods for the Colts.
That's right.
Shaq's already
JT.
out.
Jelani Woods!
JT's back, right?
What happened to Jelani Woods? He never plays. What happened?
Nick?
I'm not sure. It just came up on the injury report. He's out.
Damn it.
Did we know Shaq Leonard was going to be out this game?
We know he
had a
didn't
setback.
miss
He had a
Sunday
setback.
service.
He had
On
a
what?
setback on Wednesday.
What part? What body part? What is
Back and ankle, or whatever it is.
it? Okay. Man, I hope he that back thing. That's been going on for a long time, hasn't it? Didn't they?
Yeah.
They thought it was his ankle, but it was his back, or they thought it was his back and it was his ankle.
Yeah, and he came out.
Shit's coming in sideways.
Oh, my
Jeff
goodness.
Saturday hiring might come in from the sideways.
Oh yeah, I didn't pick. I got the Colts as well at plus 4.5. This
Really?
weekend.
AJ, how
Oh,
come?
yeah.
How come? Just because everybody's railing
Yeah,
against
'cause who
Jeff
knows?
Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone, why would you blame Jeff Saturday for accepting the job? And
That's my biggest issue
If he
with
didn't
Joe.
want to coach in the NFL, he should still accept this job just to do it as, hey, maybe I do want to coach in the NFL. This is a great experience. Like, you can't, I don't know how you blame the person for accepting the job. Like you said, if you want to question whether it was, oh, this is right if we make this hiring and not go through the process, whatever, for the interim job, cool. But like, no. Like, you would have said yes too. Anyone would have said yes.
To you guys' point, too, like, it's kind of surprising. I figured all former players unanimously would have been like, hey, this is awesome. You know, like it's
we kind of were, haven't we? I think
yeah,
we kind of have, except for the people on some networks. But I think if you talk about like any group text messages that are happening with any former NFL players, the way it's being talked about, I think, and AJ, you can correct me if I'm wrong from the people you've talked to, but the people I've talked to, everybody's like, let's fucking go, Jeff.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. So then the guys that have an interest in coaching or maybe are high school coaching because they feel like they can impact the team and the game differently, if this opens up an avenue for guys to get a head coaching opportunity or a coordinator position, as opposed to like we've been hammering this since the beginning, everybody that I've talked to seems to be on board with it, but everybody I've talked to also knows Saturday. So I guess it's a little bit biased.
That may be that's probably
Ty.
I don't know though. Like, so I played 1 year with Jeff, so I know Jeff, and I'm sure I'm biased because of that. But if I didn't, I'm trying to think if this was some other guy that I never played with, but I knew of him, whatever. I tend to believe I would think the same thing. Like that I do now. Like, good, go. Let's see what happens. I don't know. It seems it's a bit out of the box, but who knows? Why not? Why not give it a chance?
Well, it really does seem like at least the players who are outspoken against this, like you mentioned, are the ones who are in positions on TV where it's almost like that's the expectation, you know, because everyone else that's on those panels is so up in arms and pissed off about it. Those guys feel like, oh, well, I have to be too.
Do you get some like social equity by being up in arms? Like, does it help?
I mean, it's
is
the
it
hot
grandstanding or what is it? I don't know.
No, it's not grandstanding. I think there's people that legitimately care about the future of the NFL when it comes to minority head coaching candidates. And I think we all should feel that way because
I think this opens it up to minority candidates. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand the argument.
We do too. Yeah, that's been our thing since the beginning. Like, I think this is good for that, even though Jeff is getting whiter by the day with the way his hair is growing on his
hair is awesome.
and the way
curls.
he's wearing a 3/4 zip and everything like that. But I think long term, if we were to zoom out a little bit, you know, I think it is potentially going to be a plus for that particular thing, which we would all like to see fixed. Anybody that's ever been in the NFL, we would like to see that happen because we understand the importance of everybody in that locker room. Like, anybody that's been in an NFL locker room appreciates the fact of learning about people and situations that are different than where you came from. It's its own planet in a locker room with so many different backgrounds, and getting to learn about everybody is incredible, and having friends that are from different backgrounds is incredible, which is what the NFL locker room opens up. So I think that would be a beautiful display to the world that the biggest league on earth has the ability to have, you know, not this conversation about whether or not a black guy is going to get a head coaching gig. Like, I think there is more than the people that I know personally. I know probably 8 black dudes that want to be coaches, that would be great head coaches, who would probably never get an opportunity because they wouldn't be willing or have the capability of getting coffee for people and fucking drawing up plays for people and doing all the grunt work that you do whenever you're 22 because they're 35 and they just played a fucking very successful NFL career. If Jeff has success, I think all these dudes now have a say and an example to be like, hey, boom. This has worked. It can work. I don't want to be getting coffee for some motherfucker that's been doing this for 15 years while I've been playing in the NFL. Like, I'm so confused and baffled by it, but I guess that's the immediate reaction world that we live in right now. You know what I mean, AJ?
Yeah, and I agree with what you're saying. Like, I think it opens up the door. If Jeff does well, it opens up the door to a lot of our buddies that we know would be great coaches, but they're not going to jump in at age 35 and start at the bottom just at the hope of eventually becoming a head coach or even like a coordinator. Like, you're not even position coach usually for a couple of years. So I think it gets him in faster, and we'll see what happens, man. I mean, like Jeff said, he knows how to lead men. Let's see if you have enough athletes and enough talent on that roster to actually get some wins. It should be fun to see how it plays out. I don't know. What do you guys think?
That was to Zito. Once again, that was to Zito.
Okay.
What did he do?
I was
flipped us
laughing because and right when he said, hopefully you got enough talent on that team, you started shaking your head. Probably pretty good.
I heard you laugh.
No offense.
Good to know.
No offense to President Obama earlier, and no offense to the roster.
Don't worry about it, Pat.
That was the Zito.
Okay.
What was that?
Okay.
What was
That
that?
was awesome.
Was Barry on the line?
He said, "Don't worry."
Oh, don't worry about it, AJ.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Coach. Mr. President.
Coach Obama.
Coach. I've been around Bobby too much. Coach everybody, Coach. All right, Cardinals are taking on the Rams. Is this that's not the Sunday night game. No. Is there a Sunday night game?
Yes.
Who is it?
The one right below that one.
Right below it. I
Chargers,
thought those were
Niners.
bye week games. You guys put on.
They're a Sunday night
You
game.
guys put on bye
What is
weeks.
your problem?
fucking week 10.
Well, the Germany game says 9:30 p.m. Everything's confusing me on this chart. I don't know what's going on. Is it p.m. or a.m.?
What, Sunday night football?
Sunday night's usually at Sunday night.
Yeah.
Where is Sunday on this chart with these dumb rows
Right
and columns?
before
you
the
got?
Monday
just
night
keep
one.
going.
Where's the bye weeks? Last week we had the bye weeks in the
You
bottom
see
four.
where the bye week. Stop being a prick.
Same spot.
I
Bye
actually
weeks are in
don't.
the same spot.
Cardinals, Rams,
Same
don't
exact
care.
spot.
I don't care. I got the Rams -1. Continue. What do you have?
All right, I'll take the Cardinals just because that would make sense because it's all dysfunctional over there. I'll take the Cardinals. I don't believe in either of these teams. That's a damn shame.
You
I
think
had
they
high
like
hopes
each
for
other?
both of these teams.
Think they like each other after seeing DeAndre and Cliff and all those sideline antics?
Bro, who knows? Who cares? Both these teams have disappointed all of us. Give me the Cardinals +1 just so we're on the opposite side of each other.
Yeah, who knows if the Rams like each other either after those Jalen Ramsey comments after the Bucs lost too.
There's some animosity in that locker room as well.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I believe
Dude,
as of
these
right now,
teams-
you guys are only 2 games that are separate right
Yeah,
now.
just the
Oh,
Giants.
good. And here's a separate. Then this is third.
Yeah, no, this is
Good
the
luck
second
on
one.
those.
This is only the
Good
second
luck on those.
All right. See, this one I'm struggling with. The next one, Pat. We got Cowboys. Big Mike's traveling back to Lambeau. Cowboys are 4.5-point favorites against Green Bay. Green Bay has a bunch of injuries. How many guys are out this week?
So many. Cowboys should be 17-point favorites this weekend.
When was the last time the Packers and the Steelers were both home dogs?
It's been a long time.
That's a great. Hey, stat that. Somehow.
Stat that. Hashtag stat that.
Long time.
Someone will
First
get it.
time in 30 years that the Cowboys and or the Packers and the Steelers are home dogs. Stat that.
Stat
Stat
that.
that.
Who do you think is going to win this one?
Oh, Cowboys. What do I- yeah, give me that.
-4.5. You're
Cowboys.
taking
I-
Dallas -4.5.
Yeah, and I can GFM. You know, I could do that if this all works. The last time I picked the Bills to cover over the Packers backdoored that thing. It was 10.5. It ended up being a 10-point spread. So maybe this would be good for the Packers for me to do this again. Big Mike coming back into town. Big warm reception. Him eating at the same restaurants that he used to slaughter back in the day.
It made me
Maybe
cry.
getting a chance to see the house that he lied to Tom Pelissero that he was working out of. Give me the Big Mike motivational. I'm back in town, bitch game. Cowboys -4.5 on the road.
All right. See, I know we've agreed on a lot of different games. I was leaning Green Bay early here. Ty gave me some news, and I learned on the way up that tragically Gallagher has passed, and we know that Big Mike smashes watermelons for big games. So Big Mike, not revenge game, but memoriam game for Gallagher. I got to go Cowboys here -4.5.
Passed today?
Yes, he did.
Can we please?
He's dead.
Whoa.
I meant,
Passed away.
yes, he died.
No, I said today. Like, did he pass?
I believe
today?
so.
Yes, today.
He was in hospice care. He's been sick for a little while.
You can say it with a little
And-
brevity, AJ.
But in hospice care,
dead.
he was still hammering things.
good
Yeah.
news.
That's not brevity. That's not brevity.
I know.
That was
I was
jocularity.
mocking.
Why are you mocking anything?
I'm not
right
mocking
now?
anyone's
With-
death. I'm
You
mocking
son
the,
of a bitch.
the roadie that is Nick Moraldo and his full go
Don't
fingerless
deflect,
gloves all
dude.
day
You
long.
disrespected Gallagher. You're a piece of shit.
Gallagher would not have
Piece
been
of
brought
shit.
up on this show if
shit.
it wasn't for me. So Gallagher's family
You don't
knows.
think I would have brought it up? What are you talking about? Literally, as soon as I
No.
sat down on this microphone, I see the text come through the chat room that you don't ever participate in.
Yeah, I do.
I see the text come through Gallagher dead at 78. Oh my God. Then I come live. Hey, Pat, how you doing? Well, I'm in the middle of a tornado. I would have brought up Gallagher. I love Gallagher. I used to watch Gallagher all the time.
Legend.
The little splash zone where people had the tarps. Just his ability. Hey, why do they park on the driveway? They drive on the parkway. Like everything about Gallagher was
That's good.
absolutely electric, and he's electrifying. Rest in peace to Mr. Gallagher. Thank you for your years of service to the society and entertaining and educating. The amount of energy that he would, use on the stage is worthy of a conversation. So AJ, I know you say he's dead.
Well, he's
He
dead.
just passed away,
Son of
and
a
he's in
bitch.
heaven right now, bonking clouds for everybody else that's up there. So rest in peace to Gallagher. We appreciate your service. I'm sorry the guy to my left, your right now, is a menace to society and doesn't appreciate anything.
Love you,
Love you,
Gallagher.
Gallagher.
First off, you guys don't know anything about Gallagher. Also, I feel bad. Gallagher's twin brother took big time advantage of him and was touring his act as Gallagher.
Can't
And Gallagher
have it.
couldn't get him to stop, I think, back in the day. And I don't think they have a relationship, but he was trying to steal his act.
That's bullshit.
So I'm hoping by the time he passed that they made up and
So
everything.
I
Gallagher
doubt it.
2 still alive?
Gallagher too, I believe so. He probably now he springs into action. I don't know. How's that
Do
work?
not,
Nope.
do not. He stole his brother's gimmick.
Yeah.
Can't have it.
Or is he carrying it on?
No.
No, Gallagher sued him. I think Gallagher
No,
took
this-
him
Oh,
to court.
wow.
Yeah. I think they legit went after him. He had to. It was a bad situation.
Real beef there, I think. I'm
so
not sure. Hopefully they did settle it up in hospice or whatever, but Thank you, Gallagher.
Thank you,
Love you,
R.I.P.
Gallagher.
to
Miss you,
Actual
Gallagher.
Gallagher.
If people haven't seen Gallagher, young kids, oh, I'm the big doofus. Con just dropped a bowling ball. What happened?
Sorry.
What's over there? What'd
This
you
is my
do?
phone. I was trying to look up when the last time the Packers and the Steelers were home underdogs.
I tried looking up to it.
Stack
couldn't
that.
find it.
You don't even
Oh, you
have
couldn't
a
find
calendar
it?
either,
You
Connor.
couldn't even pick it up?
Probably doesn't exist.
Yeah, it might have. This might be the first time ever.
It's unprecedented.
Unprecedented, truly.
Put the tweet out, Connor. Put the tweet out so I can retweet it.
Put the tweet out. Pop that slate up again. See what other games we have left to pick here. So we both went. No, you went Cardinals. I went Rams. We both went Cowboys. Now we got. Where are we next? Where do you want to go?
Chargers, Niners, Sunday
Niners.
Night Football, which is happening crazy in the middle of the NFL season. Sunday Night Football is happening.
I don't. First off, the Los Angeles Chargers. I have no clue how to ever pick a game they ever play in. I don't know what. I don't know what they are.
Beat the Falcons because the Falcons beat themselves basically, but they have the ability to win. Eckler's a touchdown scoring machine. Herbert can make every single throw. Khalil Mack, obviously a guy. And I just watched a video that Kyle Van Noy was learning of Cameron Dicker's name while Cameron Dicker was kicking a game winner for them just a week ago. Dicker, the kicker, is obviously electrifying. He used to stomp on this field right behind me here at DKR, Texas Memorial Stadium,
Why?
in which TCU will be here tomorrow. I like Dicker. I like the Chargers. I also love that Niners team. 7 points on primetime is a lot, though, AJ, for two teams that aren't completely inept. And by that, I'm saying the Chargers aren't a completely inept team. They have figured out ways to lose over the years, and certainly this year that trade has continued. They've had injuries they've had to battle against. 7 points is a lot in this matchup, I think, personally, AJ. What are your thoughts?
I agree. Seven does worry me a bit, but I think I'm leaning Niners here. I think I have like a weird blind trust in Kyle Shanahan that when they're on, and they're really, really good. And I love Fred Warner. You see that picture? Look how jacked that dude is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see this picture. There's an awesome clip of him like flying through the air. I'm sure you guys have all seen it. Like this dude. He needs to be talked about more. He is so good. And Christian McCaffrey. Who doesn't want to watch Christian McCaffrey on primetime? Is this his first primetime real action with the Niners?
With the Niners,
Good.
yeah. And this will probably be the first real game where him and Debo are really massive
yes.
parts of the offense because when he had that.
And also, go ahead. And also, he's had 20. Sorry, Connor. He's had 20 days now with that playbook.
Yeah, exactly.
Who just tore their Achilles, though, for the Niners?
Jason Verrett.
Barrett.
Man, I heard that was a big deal. The rest of the team took it tough, too.
Yeah,
Right?
they said they basically had to stop practice.
Tore his Achilles. That's brutal.
Yeah, George Kittle said he's never been on a field where it was just like dead silent like it was.
Sounds
yesterday.
like when Teddy B hurt his
Yeah,
knee. Remember
exactly.
when Teddy did that, and it was like nasty, and people were scared and crying like this. So, man, it was one of those.
Yeah.
Shows you how much that he means to that team.
Yeah, he just came back from a big tear.
Another
So it
Achilles.
sounds like they're going to play for him. Give me the Niners.
Yeah, give you the Niners. I got Niners -7 as well. Do we have any others to go?
No, that's Sunday
That's
Night
it?
Football. You remember after Sunday Night Football is only Monday Night Football.
You guys' brains are so linear. I'm trying to think outside the box. I don't have to go through the rows and columns just like you. My bad. Sorry, I don't put myself in my own prison. What's up, Pat? How you doing?